Cory always likes to do the funny faces. He can't see himself, so
Yeah. Thanks for calling me out on it. It's like a reflex. Like like I don't know where I learned this reflex, but if you point a camera at me and you tell me it's rolling, I go.
Well,
Anyways.
here we are again.
I can't hold it for 2 hours though, so
that thing. I mean, I can freeze frame it or something.
I'll try.
So yeah, here we are back on the live stream. I don't know, Cory, you want to talk about what's been going on the past 2 weeks and what we'll be getting back into?
Sure. So we've been working on our little 3D animation scene here. We're doing audio-visual little brief short, and since it takes a lot longer to create and set up and animate a 3D scene than it does to make like 30 seconds of noise, I'm hopping into the 3D pipeline with Jay, and I started rigging my own character, who I've got up on my screen right now, doing his little walk sequence.
Hold on 1 sec. Let me switch over for you.
Looking mighty fine right here.
There he is.
Swinging those hips.
So I think what we're gonna do is kind of backtrack a little bit. I wanted to get something out there. 2 weeks ago when we did this stream to just sort of showcase some basic animation stuff. But we ran into some issues with Cory's rig here. So
I'm not sure what you're talking about. It's exactly what I was hoping it would look like.
Well, he mentioned doing some texture painting, which is a big part of the production pipeline.
Sure.
So we might backtrack and get rid of the armature that we have connected to this and do get into texture painting, and then I think I'll have Cory send over that file for me, and I'll do the rig and import both of our characters into our diner scene, so we can start blocking out what's going on with that. So yeah,
cool.
And I don't like how loud I am in my own headphones. So this pair of headphones has a weird volume dial on the side of it, as well as the computer volume. I'm not sure if I'm totally sold on this
the headset
setup. I need to just order those lav mics, the little ones to connect to the receivers. I think that would be.
Yeah, it's too bad that my little the smart lab needs the adapter. That these things don't take the TRRS. Yeah.
Well, okay, so let's get into this. I gotta figure out where my file is so I can demo some things. There he is.
This guy's looking good.
And hopefully I won't have any. I'm running my webcam over NDI this week, so hopefully I won't have the weird freezing issue. I think I was overdoing the bandwidth on this computer. Like sometimes if you have too many USB devices plugged into a computer, you push the limits of how much data can be sent onto the motherboard. So just like over the internet, USBs also have a limited capacity, essentially bandwidth capacity.
Yeah, you can have a bunch of different ports, but they might all run into the same bus on the motherboard where there's a limited bandwidth.
Limited number of seats on that bus.
Yes, indeed.
So
one of the reasons I'm quite looking forward to an upgrade, even though I will have fewer ports, there will be much more bandwidth, so I can plug in all kinds of stuff into them.
Nice.
It will be great.
Cool. Okay, so we got our control room screen here. Cory's eating high chews. I ran out. I ate both of mine already.
This this stream right now is sponsored by Haichu.
Oh man, I wish.
Yeah, hook us up, y'all.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, it would be.
I've made myself sick eating those.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah. Okay, so
if that's not a glowing review for Haichu, I don't know what is.
So you had a question real quick about an issue you were having with the face there? What was going on in
Oh yeah, there's something up with his T-zone. It's like not smooth.
So there could be a number of things. So let's take off your I'm gonna do the same on mine. I'm gonna take off the armature. So I'll
Already
let
did
you
it.
follow along. We'll start with that and then we'll go back and fix the face smoothing issue. So like I got my character here. He's animated and everything, and I don't want the rig. Say for instance, like okay, we're trying to fix yours. If I didn't want this rig on here, the fastest way is to disconnect your model from the rig itself, and there's a modifier that does that. So we've talked about modifiers a lot, being that they kind of are your way to like animating is not a destructive process to your rig. Like you can animate it all you want, you can stretch it out, you can do all sorts of weird stuff, and it won't break it. Well, hopefully it won't break it. It won't really break it. It might act weird, like it might look weird like Cory's, but it won't like break your actual mesh. So if we head over into object mode here. So are you in object mode? Yeah, okay. So you want to select your character themselves, and then over here in the little wrench icon, your modifier properties. You all you really have to do is delete the one that says armature, and if you delete that, you'll see he just disconnected from the bones.
Where is this?
So it should already be in your stack of modifiers over there. Yeah. So there's one if you scroll
Oh,
down that's called armature.
it's just
Yeah.
it just doesn't display the whole title on my tiny
Oh,
screen.
yeah.
That's all. So I just
Oh,
delete it.
yeah. And then you'll see that he'll disconnect from that rig and essentially leave you with your base mesh again. Um, so yeah. Did you accidentally move your thing over? I see that your tools went away. This thing.
Oh yeah.
I think you can press. There's a little button up top that you can hit. It's a little weird. It's easy to accidentally do and then hide them. So it's this little tiny arrow right here next to. Yeah, there they are. Yeah, that's a bad thing to lose because then you're in trouble. That's happened to me before. I'm like, where did it go? I can't. I think in this it's a new thing. I believe in the 2.8 update they changed some of the UI stuff. So yeah, now that he's disconnected, we can actually go up into our hierarchy here and just delete the rig, and that removes all that stuff. You don't need the empty. You don't need this that. Um, that's another way you could do it. You really actually don't have to delete that armature modifier, but so now he should be set. Like so now I'm back to my base character here. So with that, he should still he's still got all his colors and everything. Um,
Oh, that's what that looks like.
ooh,
Without
without
without the lighting, that looks a
yeah,
lot.
in the material preview mode. Yeah. So okay, let's fix that issue you were having with your uh faces there. So if you go into edit mode real quick, we'll try this. The first thing that I usually do is check the normals. So you go into edit mode and hit A on your keyboard to select everything, and then there you go. The shortcut that you'll want to use now, so I'll do the same. So edit mode, hit A, A to select everything, and then it's not Alt N. So with Alt N, it gives you the normals options, and what you want to do is recalculate the outside. So it's one of the top. Was it being weird? Oh, there. That's it. Did that fix it?
Let's see.
No.
No.
Okay. So the second step, the second thing to try, is with everything selected still, hit M on your keyboard, and this is the merge option. So hit A first to select, you want to select all. So what we're going to do is essentially select every vertice.
Yeah, I don't know why it's, there we go.
There you go. Yeah, and then tap M on your keyboard. Then you should get a few options here.
That's not
I'm
good.
not doing anything. Oh, are you in vertex select? Yeah. M's not doing anything for you.
No.
Did we turn on the space bar search thing?
No.
You can also just right click
Uh-huh.
and then go down to merge vertices.
Oh yeah, Shift M.
Oh, weird. Mine's
Or Control M, I guess. Is that what that is?
Must be. Sometimes I think the Mac shortcuts are different.
Yeah, it happens from time to time. It's okay.
So
Merge vertices.
And you want to do by distance. Did it say down there in the little tiny box if any were removed?
Yes, said 4.
Okay.
Not those ones though.
That's still not it. Okay. So that was good. We at least got rid of those. That's essentially just taking, if there's any vertices that are directly like overlapping each other, it will kind of merge those together. So the next thing, there's quite a few things to troubleshoot this, is to head back into object mode real quick. So if you hit tab or go up to your little menu up there, and then with your character highlighted, right click and do shade flat, and then shade smooth again. So like you refresh.
There it is.
Oh, okay. So it was that simple. Sometimes there's a simple fix as that, and other times it's a lot more. So we should have started with that, I guess, but
it's cool.
We wouldn't have gone through the other options that could have been.
Sweet. I needed to do that to his Halo too. So.
Okay. Yeah. If sometimes it doesn't. If you have already had it set to smooth and then you make new geometry for your mesh, it can sometimes not like register for some reason. But anyways. So, moving on to doing some textures. So, say if you wanted to like draw, like I want to draw something on his shirt. What we'd have to do is set up our. This is one method of doing it. Actually, using UVs and doing texture painting. There's another way called vertex painting that is a little bit more complicated. At least I think. That we won't be covering, but this is probably the easiest way to do it. And it's not really too difficult to set up. So, I think we can do this with our mirror modifier still selected. We're gonna see. So, or still enabled. So if we go, you have to change something.
I'm just gonna do that thing that was flip that switch that was bugging you with those guys the other day. Boop.
Oh, what's that? The
little better colors. I had night shift was on.
Oh.
That was causing everyone's screens to go yellow. Mine was doing it too, because now it gets dark this early.
Oh, right.
So my computer.
It adjusts to the nighttime.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's do some textures. So I believe, I can't remember if we need to make this a one. We might have to apply our mirror modifier to start with, because right now we're mirroring our. You can, for some reason, you can animate just fine, because the thing is that the texture is not a modifier. Like how we had the modifier set up. We've got, first we're mirroring it, then for me I'm subdividing it, and then applying the armature. So they kind of happen in order. So it mirrors it, and then it smooths it, and then it applies whatever motion is to the armature. So to the armature, it believes that there is more vertices over here, which there is, but not really. So like if we turned this off, like it's just the half the character.
Right.
So we want to apply this, and we can do that. I think we have to do it in object mode by going to this little drop down menu right here and just hitting apply. And then if we tab and go to edit mode, you'll see that our whole character now has uh it is you might I think you have to do it in edit or object mode. Yeah, there you go.
Oops. Huh. Didn't do the right
Uh,
thing.
Control Z a little bit. I think you might have applied the. Did you apply the smooth?
I'm not sure what got applied. Walk me through it again.
So let me full screen Corey's screen so I can see it a little better. Actually, I'll just do this. Bloop. Okay. So there's your mirror. So yeah. Tab into edit mode real quick. I think you may have applied your subdivide or your smooth or yeah your subdivide surface. Yeah. See how he's kind of like more dense his meshes. So I would just undo a few times until that
Yeah,
comes back.
totally. Trying to figure out where that is. Oh, like
It's a little weird when it comes to like switching. So you can just keep Control Z.
oh, totally. I'm just noticing that switching modes adds to the undo history. There
Yeah,
we go.
there it is. There it is. So see how your subdivide is down there? That one
Yeah.
you can keep. You just want to apply your mirror. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're still running an older version of Blender. I forgot about that. They
Whoops.
moved the like if you look on mine here. Let me bring this back down. If you look on mine, I don't have that apply button up top.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like under this drop down.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why. I think they just did it to like make them a little bit more sleek. But
For sure.
so yeah, now we've got that. We can move on to the next step, which is unwrapping our UVs. We can actually change our mode up here so that we have like layout, modeling, sculpting. We can go to UV editing, which is what we want. And you'll probably see some nasty like, yeah, we can't paint that. Essentially, what we're doing here is like if you took a box and like in school probably took like a pretty normal assignment like in a geometry class or like a geometry class
Mm-hmm.
was taking and making a 3D cube. So you like had the paper and you cut the cube out and then you folded it in and folded it together and then you had a 3D cube. Essentially, what we're doing is the same thing, but to a more complex character, and we're unfolding them so that they can lay flat, and we can draw a 2D texture on them. So that's the difference between the vertex painting and the texture painting. Is the vertex painting is still in 3D, which makes it sound like it'd be easier, but I feel like you don't. You have to kind of push there's a whole another thing too that we won't really get into, and I honestly don't understand it very well. So we're gonna stick with the basics. So the easiest way to do this is with our whole character selected here. We can just hit U on the keyboard, and that's our unwrapping menu, and we can just try the Smart UV project, and then just hit OK. And you can see it kind of gives you like a mess of, but you can kind of
Mm-hmm.
tell what's what. Like you can
Yeah.
see the side profile, you can see
Mm-hmm.
like, which most of the time this is fine. Obviously, this isn't the best way to do it, but it is the quickest, and it's usually pretty smart about it.
Mm-hmm.
So with this now, what we need to do is tell Blender to use a texture for this particular UV map. So we can actually make a new one. So up here in the top,
Mm-hmm.
we'll want to make a new. Uh, you don't really have to change the name or whatever. If you want to, you can. Um, I generally use higher resolutions because I feel like the base resolution isn't always
Mm-hmm.
the best. So, I mean, it works fine, but a little shortcut here that I'll show you real quick is that you can use multiplication stuff in here. So, say you want to times this by
Oh, that's
2.
tight.
Yeah, you just use a little times signal or what's the other name? Asterisk?
That's so helpful.
Yeah, and you can just time. Whoops, I messed it up, but it's super nice. You can divide, you can times, you can do all that stuff right in there. So I just doubled it. So I times it by 2. So now it's I feel like the 2048 is usually a pretty good
Mm-hmm.
resolution. So with that, there's a few different like generated things that you can make. I sometimes it's kind of cool to do the UV grid, and what this will do. So if I hit OK, you'll now see this kind of texture, this like checkerboard texture.
Oh, wait, what?
It's under. I don't think once you make it, you can't change. If you make a new one, uh, you might be able to.
Oh, generate type UV grid. Got it.
Yeah, there you go. So now you can kind of see this. What this is for is to see how well your texture is mapped to your character. We'll make another blank one just to change it. It's super easy to change. Um, but once we've got that, what we can do now is we just want to plug this texture. We want to tell Blender, okay, this is the color I want to use. So in my materials down here, I want to change. So we're in our materials preview. So the only thing is that we'll want to assign that this texture is assigned to material, so it applies to the whole thing. So we'll have to redraw our like pants and shirt and stuff like that. So if you just pick one, say I'll pick my base material here, I'll assign this to the whole character, and then I will go to base color, click this little yellow dot right here, and with that selected, I'll go over to image texture, and then with that, I can pick my untitled UV thingy right here, and we're not going to see it until we switch over to texture mode, and there he's got that pattern on him. So yeah, you can see actually a way that you might want to do this is see how you just applied it to his skin texture. So say I only wanted to paint on the shirt. So I'm gonna back up a little bit.
Yeah, I seem to have like not have like a base texture or whatever. Or is there one somewhere?
No, I just applied that to all my whole thing. So actually, you probably figured out a good way to do it. Like say I just want to use the shirt.
You just select? Did you select all to do that? Is that how you?
No, I just I selected my whole character with A, and then hit assign. So I assigned that one material to the whole body.
I see.
But actually, we probably don't even need to do that because if we're just gonna paint the shirt, there's no reason to like apply it to the whole thing. We can just apply it to that shirt material that we have. Which I think for me is this one. So now I'm just gonna change this to the image texture and assign it to the untitled one, and there we go. So now like just that texture is used for the shirt. So yeah, there you go.
Did I do that right? I think so.
Let me get a little closer here.
I think so.
Tab into back into object mode. Yeah, that's it. There you go.
I got a little porcelain white accidentally.
Yeah. Oh, it's good. Yeah.
That's
I think
a little color.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's make him maybe a Simpson.
There you go. So now that we've got that, we could just paint right on this if we wanted to. So if there's actually a texture painting mode. So if I go instead of into our edit mode, I'll go to texture paint mode down here, and I could just paint right on the shirt.
Missing materials textures detected. I'm getting an error. I have to like missing. I have to pick what I'm drawing with here.
Let's see. So head back real quick. Into object mode. Select your dude.
Yes.
There you go. And then
in texture paint.
Yeah.
There
you go.
Oh, cool.
Sometimes it can be a little bit laggy doing it this way, but it will work.
Yeah. Cool.
So pretty much once you draw, you can see on my screen how it's adding in over there on the texture where I'm painting at.
Totally.
So you can tell that like this would be, so say I want to go back to that orange color I had, and then over here on your UVs, if you want to paint directly on the UVs, you can do that too. Like changing this, I think it's this into. There's like so many different image editors.
You can just straight up like draw into the 3D space too.
Oh yeah, the annotate. Yeah.
That's weird.
It's a little bit disorienting. I've never really used it.
Yeah,
But
it seems challenging.
yeah. So you've already see where you can change your brushes and stuff. But sometimes I like to get like a base color down. Like if I know the shirt is going to be orange, I can just like add a base color in. So over on my UV screen here, I'm going to change this from the drop down menu to the image editor. And then in the image editor, you can change it to paint mode, and then you can actually just paint on the texture, and you can see it updates over on the character. So sometimes this can be, I don't know why this is laggy when you do it uh, with such a large brush size. I think it just takes time to update, but if anybody out there knows a better way to do this. So I'm just painting over that other texture. I could make a new one, but
How do I set it up to paint?
over there, yeah. So it's if you go to your little drop down arrow at the very top, it's the change of this window. Yeah. Then you change it to image editor, and then you got to change that that viewer to paint. It's a little weird, but once you get in there, then you can actually paint on there. And so now that I've got like a base color that I want to use, I can go and add some kind of texture or like pattern to his shirt or whatever. That was weird.
I feel like his shirt's like kind of like transparent looking. It's just like a. Do you see what I'm seeing? They have some pretty bold colors going here, and they're not like.
Let's see. Oh, is click on the one you have assigned to the shirt itself. So which one do you have the texture on? That one?
Yeah.
Scroll down a little bit. Do you have roughness? That doesn't seem to change anything, does it? Subsurface. Oh yeah, turn your subsurface all the way down. That's what it is. So that option at the very top, or turn it back to white, and then select the subsurface option there at the very top. Yeah, turn that all the way down. There you go. Yeah, the subsurface stuff is mostly for like skin. You know how what essentially it emulates like, if you put your hand up to a really bright light and you can see like the red tint of the like under the skin color.
Got it.
Or under like or like whatever like that. You can that's what that is for. It's like a color underneath a color. Usually, it's used for creating realistic like flesh.
I see.
So yeah, you rarely ever use it on anything but that. I'm not sure what other kind of applications it would have, but yeah, with that you can start to paint. Now, since we unwrapped our character like this, see how weird the pieces are all over the place. It's kind of hard to you can kind of hide the seams, but you see when I paint across this, if you look at the UVs, you can see all the different pieces that it painted on, which is not like optimal.
Totally.
You would normally unwrap this a lot nicer, and you can like do custom unwraps. You can mark the seams essentially where it would tear it apart, and but for sake of time, we're just gonna do it this way. So like if I wanted to do something,
this shirt is looking sick. I want to see if I'm gonna pull one of these tablets out.
Oh yeah, they're all in here.
Are they really? No, I'm coming in.
Okay. Ooh, more high chews.
High chew delivery.
Do you have the drivers and stuff?
Oh no, I don't. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
High chew delivery.
They should be. I mean, they're not hard to get, but
whatever. I forgot they weren't plug and play.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, they kind of are, but in order to change, I think you can still try it. But in order to like change any of the hotkeys or use the buttons on the side, you have to go in and do
Oh yeah. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, try it out.
What's the worst that could happen, hey?
It breaks your computer. I've plugged an Xbox controller into a PC before and had a totally blue screen.
You had what happen?
I plugged in an Xbox controller into a PC.
Oh man, that's
And a
brutal.
blue screened it, yeah.
That's brutal. Well, I'm just gonna hit save. You said blue screen, and I heard save.
Definitely.
Can we just take one moment to appreciate saving projects in the appropriate format? I've been dealing with some things with some students who've been having some difficulty with some projects. Format stuff. So just let it be known. Before you get too deep into a project, make sure things are being saved correctly. You want to be sure that you actually understand the process and that it is functioning for you. Because if it don't, you're gonna be real sad.
Yeah. See, I'm having some issues, some like graphical issues here with the unwrap not like working correctly. So, and I can't seem to paint it. So I'm gonna come see. I think I see this piece. See how it's getting a little weird? I can come in here and like try to fix it by just painting on this part. Yeah. So it's a little bit weird, but that's kind of what I was going for. Now I gotta figure out where the other side is. So this is the downfall of, see how weird it kind of made these? Yeah, it's not the best option, but
I think this thing doesn't quite work.
no?
Well, like it's taking input, but I can't. It's not actually like. No, I can't get it to actually draw anything.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blender might not know what to do with it.
Yeah, for sure. Oh.
But you can see here, this is what you battle with when you're doing UV texturing, is the seams. So I can kind of work on hiding that by just painting here a little bit. Seeing if I can hide those seams.
Well, now I can't paint here with the mouse either. What am I doing wrong here?
Did it switch back into view mode up there?
No, I'm in paint mode for sure. Got a bright green brush pulled up here.
It was definitely working before. You were.
Yeah. All my other commands are working, but I can't click into paint on this guy. I can still click to select stuff, so it's not like it's not taking my clicks. It just doesn't want me to paint on this texture anymore.
What?
Very strange. Maybe I'll quit and reopen it.
Yeah, I'm gonna save and reopen.
Fond of that solution.
So is a good place to start. That's the first thing I do. It's like the troubleshooter's guide. Just close it and restart it. Save, close it, and restart it. See, like, this didn't quite come through the way I was hoping, but...
Huh.
No?
Well, I didn't save any of it.
Didn't you save?
Yeah. Weird. Whatever.
Did it save as like a different version, like a new...
Found an autosave.
There you go.
Lost my painting, but...
At least you got your texture. Oh, it is working now, huh?
Mm-hmm. So, object mode. Select my guy.
Oh, what happened there? Yeah, so this is basically texture painting in all its glory.
Mm-hmm.
It's fairly simple to set up. You can do a lot better with your UVs, and it makes life a lot easier. But um,
Mm-hmm.
this is essentially the basics of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
this guy's outfit is going to be tight.
I managed to mess that up too. It can be a little weird. Painting on the character sometimes can do some weird stuff. I don't. I pretty rarely use textures like this, although it's a big part of it. Big part of the production process.
Why do you avoid it?
Mostly just because it's tedious. I'll do it sometimes for like small stuff if it's if there's something like some little details I want to add to clothes or something or a character's face. Like say you have a character that has freckles or something. It's pretty easy to go in and like do basic texture paint for that.
Mm-hmm.
But usually I don't get too into textures depending on the project. But
Totally.
it all depends on what you're doing.
He's got a pretty weird shirt.
There's the smudge tools too, which is pretty fun. Do some cool stuff. Well, it's not as smudgy as I'd hoped.
So like. Oh my god.
Is that It's quite the style you got going on there.
Thank you. Okay, I'm trying to apply a new texture that I want to apply to his skin only.
Uh-huh.
So I've got a new image created over here.
Yeah.
And I've got his skin selected here.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
So
it's just because I'm in texture paint mode, not edit mode.
oh, there you
I think
go.
it must be right.
You might have to do object mode.
There's the things I'm looking for. So this thing has all these like.
Yeah, that one doesn't have the setup. So hit the use nodes button.
Okay.
There you go.
That's all
Yeah.
it was. Okay.
So then with the color one, yeah, you hit the little button and do an image texture, and then just you got it.
Oh.
There. Oh, did it work?
Something happened. He got.
Oh yeah, there you go. You got a
basic 3D reference.png.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect. Well, that's a cool shirt, bro.
Gotta just come out of something. Let's see if I make it like kind of tie-dye looking.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I do the same on the arms here. Yeah, for some reason, the texture paint always seems to be kind of intensive on the computer. I don't know why, but
Strange.
are your fans kicking up while you're doing stuff on there?
So not as hard as it usually gets going.
Huh.
Which is surprising because this thing's got a real janky integrated graphics.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. Could be kind of funky sometimes. So yeah, this is pretty much texture painting. Once you get it, it's getting it set up that can be the confusing part. Once you get it set up, it's not too bad.
Hmm.
All I'm doing here is I've got the smudge tool and I'm just sort of making little swirls.
Oh,
What happened? Turn them all yellow.
I was messing with this one texture and it applied it. Somehow got the other one. Oh, he's got some dirty arms. This dude's gonna be so funky looking. He's got some cool tats too. All right, I really want to get some stuff going on around these eyeballs. I was really
Oh yeah.
really want him to have some nice, creepy dead eyes.
There you go.
Oh!
Oh, did you use the paint bucket? Yeah.
I did, apparently.
Nice.
See why we can't like put some jams on during this stream.
I know, huh? What the figure out? I know there's definitely some like music out there for that's stream friendly.
Oh yeah, we could make some in here, I think. Although I don't know, I don't know if anyone who watches the stream would want to hear any of the music that I'm making on a loop for the length of the stream.
Huh? You never know.
It takes all kinds, I suppose.
That's kind of a cool shirt.
Thank you. Oh, you're talking about yours?
Nah, let's talk about yours.
Thanks. I'm gonna kind of hide these seams a little bit.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Big challenge usually is hiding seams. But like I said, if you do it,
Oh. Yeah, the smudge is really challenging. I'd wear this shirt.
oh yeah,
I think so.
I didn't even realize I had your screen link.
Whoa.
There you
Oh, that's an interesting glitch.
go. Wow, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it can be a little bit weird sometimes.
I'm into it.
Part of the reason why I don't do a lot of people do texture, like if you're doing some serious texture painting, you take it to a program like Substance Painter or what's the other one? Substance Painter is the big one.
Cool.
That's pretty creepy.
I agree. Love the grape you got. Love the grape you're with. So are we just gonna paint all day today, you think?
Well, we can switch over. We can talk about our switch over and talk about our like setting up, blocking out our scene.
Sure.
So I think I'm done with my texturing. I'm gonna go back and add my rig to my character, and then I'll have you send over that character, and I'll rig them up a little bit, and then we can talk about uh, setting up, blocking out the scene, and figuring out what we want to do as far as sound design goes.
Yeah. So, oh my god, this guy's beautiful. Okay, we're doing great. I'm doing so good.
This guy, I think he's part of the Yakuza. I think that's his backstory. I wanted to do one more thing to him that I was talking about in class. Was like, I wanted to remove. I did it real quick and I liked how it looked, so I was gonna do it again on the actual character.
Oh my god.
So I'm essentially ripping his hair off, and then this scale it in, and then take what's left of the head part and scale it in too. So I might do a little bit just to kind of make sort of a better sort of defined area between his actual hair and his head.
It's a great idea.
Maybe move this down. Give him some. There we go. Oh, whoops! I was not doing that mirrored. So since I've applied the mirror modifier, I kind of lose a lot of, well, you kind of lose that on the symmetry, the like built-in sort of symmetry of what you're working on. But you can turn on this mesh symmetry, which is a little different than the mirror modifier, but pretty close to the same. I would only use this if you're just moving around vertices. Like right now, I'm just going to be moving around the vertices. I'm not making any new vertices. So if I'm just moving them around, you should see that I have to actually symmetrize this. Sometimes it doesn't work. Mesh, symmetrize. You see some. Oh, okay. What? That's weird. It's I didn't realize that it symmetrized textures. Okay, that's kind of cool. I can live with that.
What happened?
It symmetrized my texture and made like this weird looking face on his shirt.
Yeah, hey.
So
That's pretty fun.
I can live with that. But why I did that is so I can move these two sides and set up the hair a little easier here. So I'm gonna keep a little bit of that, and you see I've got like this piece for the forehead that's stuck in here that I want to move up. Oh, that's the hair. Did I not? Oh. I extracted this, but maybe not. Maybe don't like. There we go. Let's grab that, and then I don't need to make the whole skull in here. I can get away with leaving that open. I do have to make sure that it.
Oh yeah, because yeah.
Yeah, you won't ever see the skull in there unless you take their hair off. But
Sure.
like maybe I'll just leave it like that. There we go. There, it just kind of defines the hair a little bit more. It doesn't look like it's all one vertice. Like I can do the same if I wanted to fix the feet down here. Like they're obviously connected. So I can hit, what I'm doing is hitting V on the keyboard. And once I do that, it sort of rips those vertices apart. So like here I've got the leg. I want to make sure I do it on both sides.
Right.
And then I can just move up on the Z. Then I've got this, and I can. It's totally okay if it's not like attached, essentially.
Is there a specific goal in mind with this?
What's that?
Like chopping this off?
No, not particularly. It's just for aesthetic reasons.
Just to be able to mess with them better.
Yeah.
Like shape the boots without messing with the legs, kind of.
Yeah, and kind of it differentiates between like the two. Why is this? There we go. The two objects better. So now I got that. I can kind of like make it look like boots or something. Let's scoot these down, maybe. I don't know why it wants to. that, grab it, move it down. It's like kind of weird looking shoes, but it's alright. We're not going for Pixar quality here. Kind of looks like he's wearing leggings. I could, like.
Well, at least it's not. You should see my textures. I'm not going for Pixar quality either.
It's totally fine for characters to be like not symmetrical too. Like for the pants here, I don't necessarily need for this to be exactly the same on both sides. So I can totally just turn off. Oops. Add some variety in what the pants are doing here.
Nice. This guy's looking pretty good. What do you think, Jay?
Heck yeah. He looks like he's been in a fight.
This seen some better days.
Yeah.
We got someone's up with his neck. I don't know why it's really tickling me right now. This is a very. I gotta do something about this poor dude's neck. It's making my neck hurt just looking at it.
Yeah, feel free to make any edits.
See if I remember how to do any of this stuff. Jeez, so like. Ugh.
So yeah, I'm pretty much just adding some little details in here. I'm doing this because if you can see like how it's smoothed, it is sort of smoothing these into being like totally rounded, and I didn't quite want that. I want it to look more like shoes, so I'm sort of adding in some like you can see the smoothing sort of like will mess with how your object is actually shaped, so you kind of have to add a few vertices, extra ones around to get back what you originally wanted it to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it doesn't have to be symmetrical, really. No reason.
Thank goodness, because this won't be.
Oops. No. Using that Control R to add in loop cuts, and you can see it kind of just, squared it off a little bit.
Oh my god, I was just trying to figure out why like Shift wasn't letting me select multiple things.
Oh.
And it was because I was hitting caps lock instead.
Oh.
Like that'll do it.
Yep.
That'll certainly do it. Man, this guy's poor butt. I'm really concerned about this dude's butt.
And I can do the same.
Now I'm even more concerned. He's got dumps like a truck. It's like what?
I'm gonna do the same for the shirt here and tear this off. Oops, I think I might need to do this. No? Or what? Let's see, I signed it's this one. Well, that's fine. Then I just want to make sure that. So now my pants is like a separate thing from the shirt. That way I can sort of modify the shirt here, and it's actually probably better to have your character asymmetrical than to be like totally symmetrical, especially when it comes to clothes and stuff. It just can look kind of unnatural.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can just keep adding loops in here, maybe one right there. Let me take this out. I can like try to kind of emulate wrinkles in the clothes or whatever. There is a technique to do this, but I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. I just sort of want to get a general idea here. I messed up the back, so I gotta come right here. Obviously, you gotta remember, like, clothes kind of hangs baggy on characters usually, and I mean, obviously, unless they're wearing tight clothes, but this character probably isn't, so he's gonna have just...
I'm not gonna get there, I don't think.
What's that?
To these cool baggy clothes.
Oh, no, it's okay. Yeah, no rush. I was just
I know.
giving you time to...
For sure. I think he's, you know, he is what he is.
Cool. Yeah, well, we can, it's been an hour, so let's jump into blocking out our scene. I'm gonna leave my character as he is. I think that's pretty good for now. He doesn't need the stick anymore. I'll delete that. I don't think we'll use that. Looking pretty styling with his... This is gonna be an interesting little animation. You have to figure out what we'll talk about here in a second. What we want to do. Okay. So I'm gonna save this. What I want to do as well is just have. I'm just gonna name this character 1, and he's already an object by himself, so I don't really need to worry about it, like bringing it into something different. Do you have? He's all one thing, right?
Yeah, his name is Cube.
Cube. Okay. So that's perfect. We don't have to do anything fancy. If they're one object, then you're pretty much set. So with that, I'll save again. And then let me look at my, if you want to send that to me on Discord or something.
Just thumb drive it over to you real quick.
Yeah, that works too. I'm going to jump into our other project. And then I want to try to get at least a blocked out animation so that Cory can start thinking about timing for stuff. So, as many of you remember, this was the diner scene that we were working on here. Give our a second for our textures to load. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Whack Guy version 2. Let me save this to my desktop. You're gonna see OBS for a second here. I'm gonna scoot things around. Okay, cool. And then I gotta... It should be, yeah, the model number's on the bottom. The Haoyan site has,
That's cool.
They always make the tablets really hard to pronounce. Like, how do you pronounce the... Everybody says it different. Wacom, Wacom,
I always heard Wacom.
Wacom. Yeah, that's what I always heard. But sometimes you'll hear people call it Wacom.
Wacom?
Wacom?
Yeah, Wacom tablet.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Different kind of tablet. Yeah. There's also this like funny trend with like tech companies with like really goobery names. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's like rampant on Amazon. You try to look up like a USB charger and all the brands are like Hutu Bobi and like Flibbity Boobop. It's like this, like the most bizarre brand names. Huian kind of sounds like that to me too.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's just like kind of a mishmash of random. I don't know. Maybe this word means something in some language, but it doesn't mean much to me.
I'm pretty sure it's a company from China, but
Sure.
I'm not sure. Yeah, it could mean something.
Yeah, who knows? Inspiroi.
Any of our one viewers speaks Cantonese, we could use a lesson here. Okay, so here's our diner. What I'm going to try to do is import one of our dudes into here. I actually probably want to do the rigging process in their respective projects and then import them in afterwards. So let me do that real quick. While Corey's trying out the tablet, I'm going to, so super simple process. I'm actually just going to delete everything else in the scene because I want it to be as clutter free as possible. So, of course, we've gone through this a few times. So, with the add-on, the Rigify add-on enabled, go to Armature and go to Basic, go to Human Basic. And then here's our meta rig, which is essentially just your blueprint or your outline for your rig. We'll go into edit mode. We want to position these bones where they would be. I want to change this back into. I'll actually do active. So what I'm doing up there is changing the active element. So what actually moves when I move, like where it moves from. Oh, before I mess this up even more, I want to turn on my X mirror. Super important. It's always in the same spot no matter what you're doing. Your X mirror options. I'll move the shoulders in. This is the armpit here. Let's get that in probably like here. And same with the legs. I can select the whole thing, rotate it out. I want to make sure these are rotated. Oh, it does not want me to do that. There we go. Make sure all those are selected. Rotate it in. I want it to be kind of flat. Look at it from the top. Rotate it out. Da-da-da. There we go. Super quick, super easy. I want to make sure that my ankle is kind of more where I want my ankle to be, which is about there. And same with the knee. I think his knees are up. There they are. See now my side view. Definitely check all your views. This is where the toes are. Check my arms from the side. One thing that helps a lot with this is this X-ray mode. But you can also use, if you don't want to use that, you can go down here and you can toggle on your viewport display with it and have this in front. That's under this little data properties tab. Select in front, and then if I turn off X-ray, you can see that it stays like in front of the model, so I can see a little better where everything is. So key thing with these, and I think is what happened to Corey's, is that you want to make sure that you keep a bend in the arm and the legs where the actual joint and how it bends. So if you do that, if I was to make this bend this way, his arm or his leg would bend backwards. So you see what I'm talking about? Like there's an angle here. So I want to keep that at a tiny bit of an angle, just enough that the computer knows where to put that at. That's a pretty easy thing to forget. I'm gonna check my sides here. This has got to go further up to actually go in his shoulder. I think this has got to go up to, can't remember where exactly. It's kind of hard to tell where his elbow is, but
that seems reasonable.
Yeah, good enough. Can also use this wireframe mode to help you see where things are. Oh, now for the neck. I'll move this back a little bit. Move this in. It's here. So then the head bone goes all the way up to the top of the head, or hair, whatever you have there. So yeah, okay. So there's that. And then with that done, I want to come down here into my data properties panel still, hit generate rig, and then with that I can delete the meta rig, which is the one we used for the blueprint. Now you can see all the widgets here. So I'm going to select the widgets, select my character, actually, it's my character first, then the widgets. So whatever you want to apply the rig to, you select first. So character first, then the widgets and stuff, then the rig itself. Control P, and with automatic weights, and then you can see if we tab into pose mode, we can grab a hand and we can move him around and do all the funny things with the rig. Da-na-da-na-na-na. Though his eyebrows for some reason did not did not figure. I mean, this is all automatic, so there's some of this you'll have to do manually, but it's pretty simple. Tab into edit mode. Here's his eyebrows. I want to look in here for, I believe, spine. I always forget what order this goes in, but I think spine 6 is the head. Yeah. So there we go. All I did was assign that to spine 6, and he's good to go. So he's all cool. Okay. That's
cool,
a funky
cool
pose.
Yeah, cool pose.
Unintentional. I can hide the FK stuff. I'm not using that. I can hide the tweak ones. Yeah, that's all I pretty much need. Got my root bone, got my IK arms and legs, and I'm set. So if I select everything, I might actually, because I might have moved one of these on accident, turn them all on, select everything, pose, clear all transforms, and then I'll turn off the ones I don't need. Okay, okay, cool. Okay, he is ready. So you can see now this is all set up. So I'm going to rename this rig. Whoops, that was not the right idea. Double click. I'm going to do character 1. Rig. Cool. Okay. Sometimes the easiest way to do this too, I like to put these in their own collection, because importing collections into other projects is super easy and it keeps things organized. So I can actually just make a new collection. So I right clicked in there, and I'll just name this character 1. Pull them in there. Boop. There we go. Good to go. Save. Okay. Now we will do the same for Cory's character. See if it was the character or the rigging process that made him weird.
Well, we know the character itself is weird, so.
That's true. Let me make sure all the textures came in properly. Let's move this over. Give it a second to load. Boop. There he is.
Did my textures make it?
Let me check. Looks like it.
Some of them? Huh. That's weird.
That's his shirt, yeah. I see them.
Huh. Do I need to, like, is there another export option I need to choose?
That's a good question. Oh. So, with your textures, you might have to save them separately. I forgot about this. So essentially they are just images, and it doesn't save them internally for some reason, but I thought there was a way you could get it to do it. Image, reload, edit externally. Oh, okay. So
Save all. I found a command, image save all images in there.
image save all images.
Yeah, it's in the. And then file save. Where do those go when that happens?
That's a good question. I see that you can go to, like, under this image, you can go to edit externally. Oh no, that's not it. So you might just have to save those and send. You can actually just send those image textures over to me on Discord.
Okay.
Just like
I can figure out where.
So yeah, if you go File, Save As, you should be able to just save them as a PNG to wherever, and then do it that way. And then I could just load them up in here. So I think what you had two? You had the skin one and the shirt one?
I have a few.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I have some eyeballs. I have hair. I have eyeballs. I have skin. I have a shirt.
Oh, nice. You did a hair one? I didn't even see that one.
It's pretty basic.
So yeah, I guess that's another part of the workflow to keep in mind is that images, usually if you're working on your own computer, I thought that they saved within the project file, but I must be wrong. I'm actually not sure how it stores. Oh. You can pack them. Pack. I don't know where it packs them though. You can pack an image as embedded data. Oh.
In the blend file?
Yeah. So if you click it in image pack, it might pack it into the blend file.
Cool, yeah. It looks like a much larger file now.
There you go. That would be it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like... Oh, is there like a metadata? So like there's like... So I'm new to saving Blender files. So like where it's say this, I see my blend file and then there's something called a blend1 file.
You know what? I'm not quite sure what those are, to be honest.
It's almost four times the size.
It could be the autosave stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It could be...
Yeah, that makes sense. There's definitely some layers of autosave in here.
Yeah, they're definitely autosaves, which is great.
I do love that.
I don't know if they have any particular like use case. That'd be so interesting to look up.
Here, I'm gonna blast this to you on Discord. See if this works for you. Oh, hey, did you know you can drag and drop files on Discord?
I sure did.
Wow.
It's a blend1 file.
Oh, yeah.
Blend1 is a backup file automatically generated by Blender.
Cool.
It stores a copy of the previous saved version of the currently open blend file.
I don't think this worked actually, because this file is with the textures supposedly is smaller than the first version of the thing. So
weird.
So I don't think it worked.
The packing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, you should be able to just send me over the textures themselves
Individually.
Yeah. The one the Blender file you sent on Discord.
Yeah, it probably won't work.
Yeah, so it stores a copy of previously saved version of the current blend file in use for recovery with previous versions of blend file. Oh, so you could just rename it. You could take the one off and it will open like...
That's cool. All right, here's your PNGs, all of which are twice as large as the blend file. It's pretty funny. The texture to give him like color to his eyes is twice as large as his entire sculpt. That's like the really cool power of like the kind of like vertex kind of editing stuff, like scalable, you know.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, we did double the texture size. Like,
yes. And I made a huge texture just to color his eyeballs. So it's not very efficient.
So let's see. Now I should be able to open these from my desktop.
Sorry, I didn't get one. Okay. Untitled 1, 2.
There's something.
Yeah, those are his eyes. Untitled 1, I think, is like...
I can open all of these?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, look, yeah, they're all the same time. Yeah.
There we go. Okay, cool. So now I can come back in here. I got the shirt. Is the shirt this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then his...
pants didn't have one?
No, his pants are just shiny. His skin and his hair.
Hair is this one?
Hair's... It's Untitled 1 is the hair. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then...
His like, the top one, just material.
What happened?
I don't know. Untitled... That's Untitled 001, I'm pretty sure.
001?
I think so.
Yeah, that looks like
it. Yeah, that's it over there, for sure. I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah, glories of texture painting.
Whatever. I'm not too picky about what he looks like though.
There it is. That
Sweet.
looks right.
Yeah, that's it.
But it doesn't want to.
Doesn't want to stick. That's his.
It's his shirt.
Yeah.
Let me try to open it again.
Untitled 2. That's the problem, maybe. There we go.
There. Okay. And then eyes. His eye.
Uh-huh.
For some reason, these did not sync up right. This one.
Yeah. Lovely.
Okay, and then we
and then there's a skin texture. It's just that one, yeah.
Okay.
It's in there somewhere. Whatever the last one is.
This one?
That's it, I believe. Yep, looking good, buddy.
Beautiful. Okay, now we got it. We're matched here. Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start kind of like I did with my character and get rid of all the extra stuff. Do you want him to have his halo?
That'd be nice.
Okay, cool.
Whoa, what's going on with this like crotch area?
Just some weird rendering. It's kind of concave, like he's sucked in his gut. Doing.
He's got some issues, man.
Yeah.
He needs to see a doctor. It's like send him home from the diner, take him to a hospital.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be an interesting animation we got going on here.
I just really like. I think like conceptually, it's really great. Like just like your nice scene with just interacting with my terrible character.
So one thing I'm gonna do with the halo, see how our origin point is over here for it.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I might just join these together.
That'd be cool. Like it seems to be creating more problems than anything else. Having them be separate, you know.
Yeah, it's easiest to just put everything as one object when you have when it's one thing. So when I did that, it removed your smooth vertices. There we go. Okay, so same process as last time. Armature, basic human. For some reason it's up there. I don't know why. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's our reference. Forgot about that. We can get rid of those. Delete that one. We don't need a camera. Got our mini rig. I renamed this way character 2.
Taurus. His name could be Taurus.
Taurus.
Really good at name for him as anything.
Okay, Taurus is his name. We got our meta rig. For some reason it came. Oh, because our things spawn exactly where your 3D cursor is, and you move that by like shift left clicking. That's this little thing. So that's where you spawn stuff in at. It's like the spawn point. But I just reset everything to 0. Into edit mode we go. I'm going to turn on in front. All right. Selecting. I'm going to turn on the I'm going to do active element. That's the last one that you select is the active. See how this one's yellow and the other ones are orange? That just lets me turn it from that point. Oh, I did it again. I didn't turn on Xmirror. Easy to forget. I do it all the time. There we go.
This character is not perfectly symmetrical either, just so you know.
Oh. We can. So it might mess. Oh, the only thing I'm not gonna. I guess I won't symmetrize him because it doesn't really matter. But
it's mostly
textures, so,
yeah. It's mostly symmetrical, but it's just slightly. I made a couple slight little tweaks.
Should be okay. Move these. Move the shoulders up a bit. This is like the collarbone. This. Got your hands. Pretty solid. Let's do the legs. Oh yeah, I can see that is. It's okay. I'll make it work.
One of his legs is longer than the other, I think.
Oh.
he's got all kinds of problems.
Position that. Make sure that it's the right way here. I'm gonna stick him out a little bit. See our arm here. Move that over up. Sometimes the see-through mode can be a little bit weird, but so it really tests your sense of perspective.
Yeah, it's definitely messing with me a little bit.
Like
what?
where is it? Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So there, I'm gonna try to keep that bend a little bit. Okay. Legs, look at the side. Bring that up a little bit. Keep a little bit of that bend. Get this in the angle. Yeah, one of his legs is definitely like in front of the other one. I might actually let me go into.
You don't like my character, dude?
I don't want this to mess up your I don't want this to mess up. Let's see. Mesh. Oh, oh what the? What is happening? That is not what I wanted. Where's your? Oh, see how the origin point is still kind of weird.
Yeah.
So let's set origin. Is that the right one? No. Set origin. Geometry to origin. No. How do I forget what the shortcut is. If shift clicking is setting, there's a shortcut to
Set that back to the origin.
Yeah. Oh, let me look this up. Blender.
How to set 3D cursor to origin.
There is a shortcut. It is Shift C. I thought that was what it was. I thought I tried that. Oh, well, there it is. Shift C, easy to remember. I can see that the halo is a little bit off too, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We can fix that. So now that that's at the origin, we can right click, set the origin to 3D cursor. And now if we edit mode, select everything. It might mess up your, let me try to center this a little bit.
I'm pretty curious what it'll do. I'm not going to complain if it does something really strange.
There you go. Now select everything, mesh and symmetrize. What is happening? Must be now the rotation. Let me check. So if we look here, yeah, see how our rotation is messed up in the scale? So let's go object and apply all transforms.
There you go. Yeah.
All zeroed out, all nice. Edit mode, tab, and mesh and symmetrize. There we go. Change it a little bit, but not. That looks.
I don't think it did it like it seems like the textures are still doing what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
It is symmetrized that you can see, but.
Well, his butt looks less weird. Honestly.
Nice.
And it looks like it seems like it helped his hip problem. Definitely like chopped off the front of his mohawk, but that's okay.
Oh yeah, it did, didn't it?
It's kind of become more of like a windswept pompadour kind of look, but it's cool.
Yeah, I mean that's.
I'm not complaining.
You could just add in a. I'm not sure what's going on up here, but.
Yeah, I think he's too far gone at this point. I wouldn't worry about this poor soul here.
Okay, so let's at least get him rigged then. Cool. Okay, so bring back our meta rig. Now we know that he's symmetrical, so we can tab into edit mode, move these over, make sure his knees are lined up and his arms are lined up and his spine is lined up, and then his head, so top of the head, top of the neck. Yeah, cool. Okay, looks pretty solid to me. Go to the rest a little bit more. There we go. Cool. Okay, let's do that. So we got our meta rig. We're gonna go down to our data properties, generate the rig. We can delete our meta rig, but we can rename this to Taurus underscore rig. Okay. Now we got our rig. So character first, then the rig. Control P to parent with automatic weights. And moment of truth. Whoops, not pose mode. Grab a thing, grab it.
Woohoo!
There we go.
Looking good. Yeah.
So of course our the eyeballs
Oh
and
no.
the torso didn't come along with it. So all we gotta do is back in object mode, select our character, tab 2, go to edit mode, select the, you can actually, if you want to see this in live, we can turn on this so that in edit mode, you can actually see the vertices, so he stays in his pose. So now if I select the eyes, so L, 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 this too, because they're all going to be assigned to, in our vertex group, spine 6, assign. There you go. They popped over, so we know that they're working.
Woohoo!
Pose
Look at
mode.
my beautiful character.
Ta-da! Yes.
Oh my god.
Cory, why did you create me? Why? Yes. Beautiful animating.
Oh my gosh, it's so weird. This is going on the gram, my friend.
You want
Some,
a picture of him?
I got it. I just grabbed a little video of you
Oh, nice.
playing around with it. Yeah, it's great social content. Man, yeah, he's an epic character right here.
So we can clear all transforms. We got this all set up. And he's ready to go. So we got our Taurus. We're gonna put him in his own collection. Rename that collection. You'll see what I mean when we get into the other scene on how much easier it makes things. The collections are actually fairly new. That wasn't a thing in some of the older versions of Blender, and they've really upped their game when it comes to like file or like management of objects.
That sounds so challenging. There's so many objects in this scene.
Yeah, I mean, like this is. See, I was sort of building
Yeah.
collections here. I got the lights. Excuse me. I got the background. And I got my basic one, which is the diner. So when I bring this in, so I'll go to File and Append. I want to append from Wacky Guy. I'm just gonna go to Collections, and I want Taurus, and I hit Append, and he should be right there, but he's not. Something went wrong, and that I did not anticipate. Let's try this one more time. Maybe this isn't as easy as I. Oh, I froze. Great. I thought I was over the freezing phase.
Did you just get chatted? Is that how you found out?
I don't know.
Or you
No,
just
I just
you just
noticed.
noticed?
I'm up on the thing.
I see.
Um,
Up on the thing, up on the thing.
there I am, frozen. Why does nothing want to work? What happened? Sorry guys, let me restart here. Oh, there I am. I don't know what was going on. Something's weird going on with the network, I guess. We're not dropping frames on the stream, so who knows? You can still hear me. I'll just hide myself so I'm not distracting. My frozen self. Okay. We were importing. We're in the project here. Let's try doing this based on the object. Because the object, we can only import one thing, I thought.
It's cool that this diner is like in a giant skate park.
Oh, yeah. It's a method of like hiding, like creating essentially a like a dome of in front of what you're working on, I guess.
Totally.
Just to kind of hide the gray background.
Right.
Let's try this again. I'm not sure why this is not working the way I want it to. Okay.
Oh.
So there he is.
Wow,
kind of an. Oh, go ahead.
it's amazing to see it come to life. Oh, it mirrored his shirt. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping to avoid, but
That's cool. It kind of looks like it's like got like some sort of like fringe on it or something. It's kind of a cool look.
so I think by default, like all of these, if we go and look in the other thing, this is all the widgets that it brings in.
Mm-hmm.
If we look in one of these, you could see that there's like this widget collection
Mm-hmm.
that is like disabled.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason that doesn't bring in, maybe if we put this in with character
Mm.
and, oh, okay, this needs to go in here too. There we go. That was our problem. Okay, let me, for some reason, even though you drag in that, let me undo this again. Even though I dragged in the rig, it didn't actually pull the character model as well because they are separate objects. So if I go back into this one, you can see like Taurus is in here. He's in the old collection. He's not in the right one. And I want the widgets collection. So then everything's in that one. Okay, let's try that again. So file and save. Minimize that file and append. So append is for append is for append is for um, taking other pieces of blend files and bringing them into other blend files, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So versus importing, which is like taking, something maybe you exported out of uh, 3ds Max or Maya or
Mm-hmm.
whatever other program, or like maybe it was motion capture data or something. That's what the import is for. So now we can go back into collections, and this should work. We got Taurus. Um, we could append. There he is. Yes. And no crazy widgets, nothing. He's just ready to go.
Love it.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool. We can go into. Although, I don't know what happens to his, like, controls. Like, how I was hiding these
Mm-hmm.
other pieces? You can do that over here just by holding shift. So they just are not labeled.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to kind of like guess which is which.
I'm just gonna say that I really want this outfit. Like I want like
Those shiny
leggings that are shiny, but they reflect something else, like like another place. like that'd be a pretty cool look, right?
So once we actually go to render, it should reflect. Okay, there's the other leg. Yeah, this is kind of tedious. That's why they have those other buttons.
Mm-hmm.
There's some weird stuff. That's the torso. There's the arm. Okay, that should be all we really need. Although I want the root bone, and I don't know where that. I can't really see in the floor here. There it is. Cool. Okay. Grab that. Let's see how he feels. He's a little bit small, but
Oh yeah.
if
Mm-hmm.
you remember, like our default bringing in that armature was a good size. Like the armature is about 6 foot tall.
Mm-hmm.
So we probably should just shrink our scene to fit our character because our character's fine. It's the scene that maybe. Oh, I mean, yeah, it's a little big. The scale is a little off.
Maybe
But
just on like like I feel like those seats are a little big, but like the booths are kind of maybe right. Like that's like if you make those much smaller, those become I guess or those are supposed to be one seater booths, so they're too big.
these
Yeah.
the booths are here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hear what you're saying for sure.
So like, I feel like we could
Is
take.
it simpler to do that, or is it simpler just to blow up the two characters?
I mean, it's not too bad to shrink what we have here. So what I could do is go back into object mode and take this collection, select all. Actually, want to disable. Actually, well, I can. Yeah, I can. I just want him to be selected, so I'm gonna toggle this on real quick. So this in this filter, this is like the option to be selectable or not.
Totally.
Essentially, if I turn that off, everything under there, I can't actually select it. So now I can. Oh, I'm gonna crop into the. So I don't think it needs to be like terribly smaller,
Mm-hmm.
but we can kind of guess here what it might be. So yeah, I think you're right. The booths feel like they're kind of too short. So this is why it's good to always have like a reference, like a scale reference in your scene.
Oh.
Object mode. I want to select all these. I just scaled them up a little bit,
Uh-huh.
and then I can grab them on the X, scoot them out. That's a little better. Yeah. And I can do the same with the table. I think that was the main thing. Was
Mm-hmm.
just that the booth seemed a little short.
Totally.
Select everything. Grab on the X or scale on the X. And then back into object mode. Grab all the tables. Boop, boop, boop. Grab. So what I can do when I'm animating, I can deselect everything, and there we go.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, there. That's a little better.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay, so our dude here, although he's in the floor, I think everything got scooted up. Because I scaled it down so I can scale him so his feet are on the floor better. I want to be able to see my root. There. Okay, cool. Now I can actually just make the scene, like the diner unselectable, and the background unselectable, and the lights unselectable, and just have him selectable.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, he's the only one I can move in the scene.
Yeah.
And then I can move around and set it up. So I can start blocking it out. Of course, I want my other character too. So file, append, back up to the desktop, diner 2. I had a collection with character 1 and append. And there he is.
Woo!
Now they're together for the first time.
Oh, they're buds.
So I think I don't want this in here. I want this, I don't know why I put it in there by default, but I just want it to go on its own. There we go. Cool. Okay, we got 2 characters. They should both be, we should be able to see both. So if I'm in object mode right now. I don't know if there's like any rule against moving the character's like position here. I would say that it's probably best to move the root bone in pose mode. So like I moved that out of the way just to clear some space, but really should probably just have them both in the same starting position, and then tab into pose mode to start with, and grab him and move him over. I don't know why. I don't want to see the guidelines here. There we go. That's the relationship lines, or what those called. They kind of tell you where things are linked to other things. Although that really did not work. I'm not sure what just happened there. Oh, okay, that was weird. Yeah, so now he's ready, and we can kind of start posing our scene here. All right, Corey. So
Yeah, man.
should we call it and do that next week and start posing things, or do you want to kind of get an idea maybe of the pacing of what we want to do? We can talk for a few minutes about how we want to pace it.
Yeah, I feel like in terms of like getting beats and stuff, like to be honest, like I'm not really sure like how to have that conversation about pacing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like in terms of like I guess yeah, figuring out a general plan. I mean, like I was assuming the scene would be pretty simple, right? Like maybe like one of them is sitting at a table, or they're both, and like the other walks in, or both of them walk in, or something like that.
Okay.
I feel like I'd like to do some walking.
Okay.
I think that'd be cool. And then like we want them to interact with some objects, right? To give us the time to make some sounds. So like have them like I'm trying to figure out how to make them interact with like the stuff without like having to create a third character to come and serve them or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like maybe if like one of them is already sitting down and has food already at their table and the other one walks in or something like that, that'll make enough sense.
Yeah, like they're coming to meet them there or something.
Is there something up with your character's shirt?
Oh. So, yeah, it doesn't seem like mine came in with the textures. Really weird. See, I packed mine, or I packed it, or I packed yours, but didn't pack mine. So I wonder if that's what that does. Is it packs it with the blend file, so when you're like, uh,
But like I tried that command and it didn't do it.
right, it didn't open back up, but it didn't. We didn't try to append it from your
Right.
end. Oh,
Yeah.
I got the the depth of field on. Where's
That's
my
pretty good.
where's my empty here?
I feel like my character looks a little better with all that blur.
DOF.
A little like a Vaseline on the lens, like soap opera aesthetic, you know.
Pretty sure this is my depth of field thing. Yeah, there it is. So now we can do some fancy, like he's got the depth of field thing on him, so you can do like some pull focus here. It's very cinematic. Yeah, his shirt got messed up. I'll re-import that. There's our first still frame from
Oh my gosh. This is one for the socials. Oh my god, I like how my phone is doing like facial detection on your character.
Oh, is it
It's-
actually picking up like as a face?
Yes.
Weird.
Yes. I mean it's pretty sensitive about that. It picks up my dog's face and stuff too, so it's not like
Yeah.
oh my gosh, this is like they could have like a fight. I don't know. Like your character looks mad.
Whew. Yeah, I've done a bit of fight scene animation stuff. It's
That sounds intensive.
sounds yeah, it could be a whole thing. We definitely have to. Let me fix this texture real quick.
Oh my god.
So I just gotta load. I might have to hold on. So if I go, I can just jump back into this. I can go to my UV editing. I can go image. See how it's got the little asterisk by it that it didn't save? I think that maybe if I'll just hit the pack button and then export it.
Oh my gosh. I think I'm replacing my online avatar with this image on my screen right now.
Which one?
Looks just like over this.
Oh gosh. Every time I see your 3D head that you have for everything now, I'm like, oh man, I could just like, I know you just took a picture of the screen. I was like, it's not even a render. I could have done like a full on render of it.
I
It would have
know.
been cool.
Oh yeah, hey, we could just like put my head. If that model's still somewhere, we could put that head on a stick figure, and I could be the waiter or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There we go.
If we need a third character.
Let's do that.
Okay.
So yeah, let's plan for that. Let me save. I don't know where this saves. Pack to memory image, something. I'm just gonna save that out. That way I could just.
That image.
What'd you see?
It just the over the shoulder shot. I'm looking at your screen. Just the over the shoulder shot of my like terrible character, and your character just looking upset with this like sort of like alien monkey T-shirt.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So now I can go straight into pose mode and like start like posing this out.
Oh my god.
Oh. So this would be the like the blocking phase, you know. The only thing we didn't set up is the eyes to move, so like they're gonna have to just look at each other straight on because I don't have any eye controls. That's another like big thing with with this. So yeah, I mean like it's as basic as just like for the first phase. I think I can actually if I select both of these, can I edit mode? I want to change. Can I edit mode at the same or pose mode at the same time? Oh, I can. Yes, that's so nice. So I can, I've got my shot here. I can sort of.
I'm very amused by this.
Oh yeah, it's fun. This is the stage that like takes a long time to get to, but like once you're there, it's a lot of fun, and that's where everything pays off.
Oh man, pretty cool.
So
It's so like it was like weird and making this character and like kind of cool, like putting him in like some lighting and stuff and seeing it, but like gosh, like seeing him in a scene with the depth of field, it's like, oh.
right, kind of brings it to life,
It
huh?
really does. Or brings it to whatever you call that.
Oh, that's another thing to do the
Hold on, let me just snap this one real quick. This is
nice. Okay, here
so
we'll
good.
do it with the reverse shot here.
Yes, please, 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 please.
Why am I losing my hotkeys? Let me up that. Oh, maybe because I have to. Yeah. So where's the? Oh yeah, I put it. So okay, depth of field. I want to grab that. I want to grab it. There we go. And then I can pretty much just scoot this over a little bit. We gotta get his shiny pants in there.
Yeah, please. Oh my god.
Like definitely.
This is just like, why did you make me?
What is my existence?
Yeah, I didn't ask for this. Oh my god, just these showdown shots you'll have to are pretty epic, dude.
Yeah, we'll have to maybe do like a big reveal where he's like got a newspaper and puts it down and looks at him with this like creepy face.
Oh yeah, like he's like he's reading a paper and his halo is like bobbing around above his head, and he puts the paper down and it just like gives him like a dead blank stare. Because they don't have eye motion or mouth motion, right?
No, they don't yet.
So
That's what we can do. I mean, we can add that in after. Once we do the blocking phase, I feel like that might be a good. We can start with that and sort of block out our whole animation so we get the timing down, and that way you kind of know. And then because I can sync up things later, like footsteps and whatnot. And like hitting, I can sync it just exactly to what what you get. It's a little bit. I feel like there's the two different sides to it. So
right.
It'll
be interesting to experiment with different workflows with it.
Yeah.
Because like I hear you saying the thing about footsteps, and I'm like, well, like what if my footsteps are weird? And like it might make more sense for you to make the walk look right, and then me to slap some footsteps on it.
Right. Yeah.
But then the flip side of that is like block. Like I like what you're talking about like block it out, and then if for dialogue we record the dialogue, and then you just go do the lip syncing. I mean that's a pretty standard workflow, right?
Right.
Oh my god. He kind of looks a little ripped, like
yeah.
Like it's something. I think it's like an optical illusion though. It just looks like the texture on his arm makes it look like he's got a bicep or something. This is rad, dude.
Well,
oh!
I had it on. So I can rotate the shoulder. He's kind of got a weird thing going on with his neck. I'm not quite sure what's happening there. So if I don't have my controls, I don't know what. Oh, I guess I was in the wrong. I don't know how to bring back my. Is it tools? Let's see. So, like, the thing I'm curious about is, how, like, if I go into this mode here, we'll have the rig layers options under item. Maybe under item properties. See, I don't have those I don't have those rig options.
So there's maybe like a better way to do the import or something like that.
Well, it's strange because I'm pretty sure this is the same. Because I have Rigify turned on. So I'm just not sure. Oh, well, there's some properties. Because if I wanted to change this over to IK mode, oh, here. Why is it on that? So here's the IK, the limb follow. So I should be able to still do this. It just doesn't have the nice user interface for some reason. IK. Yeah, see, I can still switch between. Okay, that's good. I know that's there. It's just different. So, but that's okay. Because typically, like, a lot of times it's easier to do the IK arms, because then the arms, you'll see, like, if I turn his body, his arms will follow.
Mm-hmm.
So that's typical. I mean, when you turn your torso, your arm, you don't like put your hand unless you're doing miming. Your hand doesn't stay while your body moves a lot of times. So only if your hands are on the table. It works great with your feet because your feet stay. But so I can turn that on, and then you see it kind of messes up the. I think I can probably turn on the IK to follow. FK. So FK limb follow. Yeah. But yeah, now I could like turn that off. But yeah, so we can start talking next week, I guess, about setting up and doing the figuring out the pace of everything. So
Yeah.
I think our general idea is your character's already sitting at one of the bars, reading a newspaper, and they have food and everything in front of them already and are eating, or at least have like a coffee. So they come in and talk or whatever. We can do the lip sync stuff. We can figure out, like, you just record some random lines that sort of sound.
Okay, I have like a weird idea. We could be like these characters could be like, I had the coolest time the other day. I went to this really cool place called the MARZ Project.
It's a MARZ promo.
You know
Yeah,
what I
let's
mean?
do it.
It's just
I mean, we could put the subtitles as anything. So.
Oh my! Wait, yeah.
Because I was thinking of like how
Like
you made the.
Simlish kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
How you made the music would
Yep.
be the same way you could generate some dialogue.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think these characters speak differently. Like maybe your character speaks in that way, and my character speaks like in Twin Peaks, like backwards speak or whatever.
How would you make that same thing backwards? That would be interesting.
Oh, like the KK Sliders voice but backwards.
Yeah.
I'd reverse the sounds. I think I think honestly it would work pretty well. Like, we're used to just hearing most of our like phonetic units are like it's like consonant vowel, right?
Right.
And so some of them are vowel consonant, but the way we say them is like very unidirectional, right? So if I'm using the word like say, right, is a single syllable.
Yeah.
Which you can break down into a s and an a, but a is a diphthong. So if you just reverse that diphthong, a becomes yet. A say becomes yates.
So it would you would be able to tell it would sound like that, right?
I mean, kinda. It's a pretty like. Oh my god, it's a pretty. The effect, it gets pretty mangled, and so I don't know. We'll try it and see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I sit. So this is pretty great. Yeah, totally. I'm sitting like that right now, with that leg crossed actually. So, except I tend to do it like knee over knee kind of style.
Knee over knee.
Although maybe there's not enough room under that table. Gosh.
Oh, like this leg kind of further over.
No. Like here, look at me. I'm doing it right now.
Ah, yeah.
But whatever. I don't know if there's room under that table. It looks cozy the way it is.
I can make that happen. Not that you'd see, like a lot of this you obviously like wouldn't really see unless the
Yeah.
camera. So you animate what you need to animate.
Right.
Just for the. Oh my gosh, sometimes these bones can be a little bit. Whoa,
Ah!
easy to break limbs. There we
Mhm.
go. These shiny pants. They're like made of aluminum foil or something.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah, we'll definitely. Okay, so they walk in, sit down. He's at the table already. Taurus is at the table. Um, we'll just name what's a good H name. Uh, you got Taurus and you got
uh, what is it? What's a moon of uh, what's Pluto's moon called? Is it Charon or
Chair
Charon? Right?
Chonks.
Chunks. That's a good name.
Chonks.
But Charon, I believe, is
CH.
Pluto's moon, right?
How do you? I don't know how to
I'm
pronounce
not sure how to pronounce it either. Um,
Chonks. He doesn't
uh,
look like much of a chonk, but
Charon, I believe. Charon.
Charon. Chonks. Lily suggested Charon. Yeah, Charon.
Charon.
You can do.
Yeah. So if we're keeping it, astrological, Taurus and Charon are we're doing pretty good.
Okay, he's a Karen then. Cool. Okay.
He just got left behind.
What's that?
He's just sitting there posing while my character
Oh
has to sit
yeah.
down.
So, yeah. Okay. He walks in. He's at the table. We got to make a newspaper. Ooh. It looks weird. It looks like he has muscles in his neck. Just the way that it like.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of accidentally made it great. Yeah, no, that looks really good. That's so weird. Yeah, I definitely did not mean to do that, but it worked out.
Yeah. Sometimes the like automatic weight paint just works amazing, and it helps when they have long necks, because then it can easily differentiate between like what's the head and what's the neck.
Right.
So if that makes sense.
Yeah, it seems to be doing a great job with this rig, for sure. But his hairline is leaves something to be desired.
He's got a halo. I mean,
Yeah,
so yeah. Okay, walk in. We'll do some. We can do the be a good start next week. Uh, we can like work toward get sort of a basic pacing. What I'll do is sort of set up camera angles, and then or just set up a basic like a few what are called the key poses through the animation. So like I'll have one with him walking in. I probably won't show the door, so we'll probably start like camera over here. It could be I gotta make sure to go. He's reading the newspaper. It could be like a straight on shot like this. Maybe it's over the booth or something. And then that's beautiful. This whole thing is going to be very what's the word? There's a word that I'm looking for that's like a style. Creepy pasta. Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Very low budget animation, but also very creepy. So pose mode. I want to grab this. So yeah, I'm just kind of getting a basic idea. There we go. He's out of the ground. So yeah, I may just angle up some different camera angles. Think about the pacing of it. I probably have to like. It's easy to animate things and make them go too fast. So if you start with your key poses, um, and kind of work your way through,
Mm-hmm.
say like, okay, he's gonna walk over from the door. So like, how long would that take, to walk from from this doorway over? I thought I moved this. Cannot see. So like, he'll stand over here and I can just sort of make all the in-betweens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I accidentally did key it somehow. I can actually do this pretty quick. So like, I'm just gonna start with moving the root bone around. Excuse me. And So here, and then maybe in like, so I got a picture. It's like, okay, he's looking at the paper, and we hear the footsteps. So if we remember that, sometimes I actually like to set the frame rate to 30 instead of 24. Uh, that way it's easy to multiply it. So now we know that 60 is 2 seconds. You know, you could honestly probably get away with doing a lot lower. You can kind of do the anime style, like kind of blocky animations if you go lower, like a 12 or 15. Sometimes 15 actually looks kind of cool, but we can try it out. We can always scale down. So, but like say it takes, say if I'm picturing this scene, the footsteps, like, okay, he's walking down. Maybe it takes, um, sometimes I think you can actually change this to show the seconds somehow. Show seconds. Yeah. So this is 4 seconds.
Cool.
This is a little bit easier to like break down. So you see the seconds plus the frame number. So like right here, I don't know why it doesn't actually show us where. I mean, if I go zoom out a little bit, it's broken up kind of weird.
Right.
Um,
like by frames rather than.
Yeah. But it's better than having to count them out. We can see, okay, 5. So we want this to be, say, like 5 seconds that it takes him to walk over to the booth.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah, and then I can just have that there. I can grab him, move him over here, and then he's got to get in the booth. So we got to make like the sound of the thing, so he gets over to the booth, so you can already see like he'll just glide over. Ooh. And then stop, and then he gets into the booth. So yeah, we can sort of pace it out that way, and then see how long it will need to be. So he's walking, and then he'll get into the booth. Maybe we can just get the general sense of what's happening here. So he's there. You can actually make these like solid in between. Like sometimes if you do the handle type and do constant, he'll just after that time has passed. So like okay, it's footsteps, maybe that's a little long.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
But he's there. Oh, he'll have moved. We can't really see him, but he'll have jumped to there and then jumped down. So it's sort of like you can block it out and do all the in betweens. And sort of start pacing it. It's definitely really it's a pretty challenging to get the pacing down. It's really good to have like video reference if you're trying to like if you're really trying to do something that's serious, having like a pre-work like recording yourself doing something. Like if you just sit down at a table and then like have have a newspaper in front of you and like record it and then play that, and you can actually like line it up with the action. It's essentially like mocap, but you're doing it just from a video, using a video reference. So, but yeah, I feel like we could probably do that all next week. You think, and start?
Yeah, that feels right to me.
Yeah, it's a good stopping point before you get too far in.
Totally.
But like, here's a start to something.
Totally.
We got it going.
Pretty cool.
Project mode. I think Cory got some good photos.
Yeah, we're oh my goodness.
I gotta make sure to grab my depth of field thing here. He seems a little blocky to me. Maybe it's just it's probably just the textures. Shade smooth, shade flat. Yeah, it's like cut out. You can see where the cut of the textures was.
Yeah.
But it's still it gives it.
Oh my god, he somehow got X's for eyes.
That's probably the symmetry.
Yep, it's the symmetry thing.
But it kind of works.
I'm not complaining. It's definitely weird. I wanted weird, and I got weird. So.
Yeah. Oh, very cool. Okay. Well, yeah, definitely tune in next time for part 5.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, this is cool. I feel like we're gonna have some cool thing to show off. That's a neat mix of both of our skills.
and some of our lack of skills too.
Hey, no, I
Gosh,
mean, like, heck, you made a whole character. He's gonna be animated.
I gotta make you do some music for this or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Just like
Well, we'll be. This is the first time that I've done like full on like music synced up with.
it'll be cool. Yeah.
It's this is all new to me. I mean, I've done like recorded my own stuff and put it, but never like fully done a like soundscape.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
So
I like the it's fun being part of the process from earlier on in the process instead of like a lot of times people just get chucked a silent video and like put audio to this
right.
but like a real animation pipeline, it involves work with the audio people as well.
I would think so from the beginning. I mean, especially when it comes to dialogue stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's huge.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, most of that stuff gets recorded in advance, right? And then like synced later.
Yeah.
So it's got to be recorded and edited and pretty much blocked out, just like you're talking about blocking out shots before the animators even get a hold of it.
Yep.
So.
Well, cool. We got an awesome start here. I'm excited. It's going to turn out neat. It's going to be very cringy and weird, but awesome at the same time.
Yes, indeed.
The first official MARZ animated short film.
Yes. MARZ open source films.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, there was speaking of open source films, if you guys get a chance, go check out the new Blender open source film, Sprite Fright. It's pretty cool. It's Cory, you probably like it. It's
maybe we'll watch it in class tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a little violent, but it tends to be a common thing with the Blender open source films. It could be a little bit. We cover some interesting subjects, but this one is definitely it's good. It's definitely different than some of the other ones they've done. So, but yeah, definitely worth checking out. So yeah, alrighty, everybody. I guess we're calling it for this week.
I suppose so. Yeah. Thanks, Jay, for helping me make this thing happen.
Yeah,
we did.
He's pretty amazing. He's come to life.
Beautiful, beautiful guy.
Cool. Alrighty. Well, until next time, we'll be back next week at 5 o'clock to continue on our animation here. So yeah, cool. Take it easy, guys. We'll catch you next time.